Searching for the perfect summer job?
Fidget spinners? Classroom distraction?
The high price of prom.
These stories and more on this edition of OTVX.
Hi, I'm Kara Holden.
And I'm Erin Knightley.
And you're watching OTVX.
Ellen Hart Jr. and you're watching OTVX.
What's up, Oldham County, where the funny at? You gon' make us get up early, cameras, OTVX, bringing you the news and the funny all rolled into one. Tell us who your colonels is. OTVX #1. We got what you need. What you need. What you need.
OTVX. President Trump's first 130 days have been riddled with turmoil and controversies. The White House has been haunted by the accusations of conspiring with the Russians during the 2016 elections. Trump abruptly fired FBI Director James Comey last week, followed by meeting with the Russian officials in the White House.
This caused an uproar when it was disclosed that Trump shared classified information with Russia, which may or may not have affected the security and relationships with allies. The week wrapped up with a special prosecutor being appointed by the Justice Department to conduct an independent investigation into Trump's associates and their contact with the Russian government.
Trump states he welcomes the investigation and hopes for a quick resolution so he can concentrate on his promises to the American people. The House did pass a repeal and replace form of health care, but the Senate is writing a totally new health care bill. Only 17% of Americans supported the Republican-controlled House health care bill.
Elections are in full swing here in the halls of OC. Senior and junior class officers are vying for your votes. Voting will take place Monday during all lunches. Don't be apathetic, because this election will affect your junior and senior events.
Relay for Life ran a color run last Friday to raise money for the fight against cancer. Shannon Pack organized the run and reports that the event raised $22,886.18. Great job, OC.
Prom is a week away. Seniors are making their finals, plans, and purchases. I know I've already spent hundreds. You guys?
I've only spent $32.
Wait, I have to spend money?
Jake!
So who does spend more money for the event, the ladies or the gentlemen? Dory Francis investigates the price tag for prom.
Prom season for juniors has already passed, but senior prom is just around the corner. Senior prom is May 27th. Prom takes a lot of preparation, time, and money. For girls, you have to buy a dress, shoes, and accessories, along with getting your hair and nails done.
It will usually take me like the whole day, like hair appointment, nails if I get them done the same day. Probably about 4 or 5 hours to get ready for prom because it's pretty important and I want to look good in all my pictures because those are going to be there forever. Well, it depends on how much your dress is and shoes and everything, but I would say close to $500 if you're really going for like a really good look and you want to get your hair done and your nails and everything.
For guys, it takes less time and effort to get ready for prom, but they also pay for the tickets, dinner, and corsages.
Because prom tickets, plus arraying the tux, and then dinner, and then fuel going there and back.
For some people, it's worth the money put into it, but for others, it seems a little unnecessary. But at the end of the night, regardless of the time and money put into it, enjoy your prom night and cherish the memories you made.
It's hard to believe that we have less than 2 weeks of school left. Having no snow days sure makes the school year shorter. Many students may be hunting for that perfect summer job. Trisha Cook tells us how to prepare for that all-important job interview.
As summer begins, students look for jobs. So to help you out, we asked 4 different students from 4 different places for advice.
Yeah, so employers really just look for if you're a hard worker and if you just really kind of care about the job and care about what you're doing. And I would just say try your hardest the first few weeks especially. Just make sure they know that you're willing to do the job and do it well.
So the hours I worked originally for my first job was I had 15 hours making $7.50, and it was not too bad for not paying bills, but once you get a car, that's nothing for you.
It's very important to have a reasonable availability and to not give yourself too many things that'll get in the way of you having work. It's a lot harder to get the job if you don't do like an after-school activity like sports or a club. And you got to make sure that when you're filling out your availability to check the anytime box on weekends, because if you don't do that, they pretty much aren't going to hire you.
It just depends on how strict your boss is and if he can cope with your schedule and certain things like that. So.
We also asked a manager what they look for in their incoming employees.
I expect a willingness to learn and a willingness to do any job that they're giving, and also like a certain amount of level of respect. It's really just a willingness to learn their job.
This is Trisha Cook, OTVX.
Fidget spinners are the rage in schools across the country. Students of all ages use the spinners to help focus in class, but some teachers may disagree with that purpose. Spinners come in all sizes, price ranges, and colors. Calvin Huff gives us the spin on spinners.
In schools all over America, fidget spinners continue to show up. These new alternatives to stress balls were first used to help kids with attention disorders such as ADHD, but now it's used more for recreation. I asked Mr. Stockhausen his opinion on these new fidget spinners.
My opinion on fidget spinners is that they have a place, and that is underneath the desk where I cannot see them. Students can use them and should use them under certain circumstances depending on whether or not they actually have ADHD or ADD and they need to be doing something with their hands. But I don't think that everyone who has one needs one. It also distracts other students in class because they start to pay attention to those spinners instead of to the lesson, especially when the kids hold them up and are like, hey, check this out. It's so pretty. Look at this gold one or whatever. I really just don't like them, but they do have a place in certain circumstances.
I then asked some students their opinions on fidget spinners.
I think they're pretty annoying, honestly. Whenever I'm walking through the hallway, they're making the vrr noise, but they'll hit them too hard, all right? And then they'll go flying, hit the floor, blow up, or just hit somebody in the face. It's pretty funny, but I don't want to get hit in the face.
Well, I just bought to play around with, really. It's just, they're kind of fun to play with. It's supposed to help kids with ADHD focus, it says, but I just do it to play with it.
Well, I bought my fidget spinner, you know, just spin it when I'm bored, especially when I'm nervous. Like, for example, when I watch a baseball game or a basketball game, you know, like the Spurs and the Warriors, that was a tough game to get through. This is what made it help me get through it. And like the Cubs, the Yankees, when the Yankees swept the Cubs, helped me get through it.
Over time, fidget spinners have definitely evolved, as now they come with multiple colors and different attachments. They can be purchased anywhere online from prices like 99 cents to $5. And that's all for this story. This is Calvin Huff signing off for OTVX.
The spinner does pose some danger. Just yesterday, a 9-year-old girl swallowed the bearing case. She had to be rushed to the emergency room for it to be removed.
Testing is in full swing. We wrapped up AP and in-course testing the past 2 weeks. Next week, senior finals and on-demand writing for juniors take place. With all the end-of-the-year events and exams, some students may turn to caffeinated drinks to find the extra energy. But this may pose a fatal danger.
A healthy 16-year-old male drank a large Mountain Dew, a latte, and an energy drink in just under 2 hours. The South Carolina coroner ruled that the student died after his heart fell out of rhythm due to the amount of caffeine ingested into his system over such a short period of time. It is inferred that the student had consumed just under 500 milligrams of caffeine in the run to his collapse. It is recommended that children and adolescents consume no more than 2.5 milligrams of caffeine per kilogram of body weight per day.
Good luck to our Lady Colonels lacrosse team. The ladies have earned a spot in the state tournament starting tomorrow. In just 3 short years, Coach Jimmy Conklin has led the team to this prestigious tournament.
Be sure to stop outside of the cafeteria by the table to kiss a senior goodbye.
For the last time, I'm Caitlin Gratton.
I'm Jake Funk.
And I'm Rosemary Kent, and this is our final OTVX broadcast. We wish everyone the best of luck.
And you'll be seeing some new faces next fall on OTVX.
Have a great summer, OC.
I think so. Here.
That was good.
Except I think I'm doing one more show with the younger kids.
Hi, I'm Kara Holden.
And I'm Erin Knightley.
And you're watching OTVX.
Alan Hart Jr. and you're watching OTVX.
What's up, Oldham County, where the funny at? You gon' make us get up early, cameras, OTVX, bringing you the news and the funny, all rolled into one. Tell us who your colonels is, OTVX #1, we got what you need.